In this video, I'm going to break down the 7 key things that are stopping you from becoming a millionaire. Let's dive right in. Which, by the way, let's go back. This is not just about becoming a millionaire. This is about you activating your highest timeline. This is about you actually stepping into your highest potential as a human. Number 1, this is the place where you're going to spend the most time at, because this is all about uncovering and understanding your money mindset. This is where everybody gets stuck and where people need to spend the most time, especially if you're a spiritual entrepreneur. You're going to feel guilty about money. You're going to have this energy around everything has to be free. I have these gifts to give everybody. But don't you know everybody has spiritual gifts? You're not the only person. You're just being called to share it with people. And this is probably the number 1 thing that you have to move through. You have to be able to alchemize and get over the other side of these beliefs, because that is going to hinder you. Most spiritual entrepreneurs that I coach, they want a sustainable, soulful, profitable business. But how can you do that if you're so afraid of money? This is where we have to start to have these bigger conversations. And here's the thing, the reason why you feel like that is because you've been taught, we all have been taught terrible business practices. So we have that kind of looming in the back of your head, in the back of our mind, that we don't want to be this weird and salesy person. But here's one reframe that I want you to lean into. And this, I don't know why not enough people are talking about. When you have a limiting belief, which is a belief that is contradicting a desire, meaning I want to become a millionaire, but I think money's cringe. That's a belief that is literally contradicting the very thing you want. Most people go to, well, I'm going to work with this belief and I'm going to alchemize it. Don't do that. Throw that in the trash. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to ask yourself, well, what belief do I have to believe in order for that desire to actually manifest? What is it that you have to believe in right now about money, about you, that would get you the closest to that desire? Once you identify that, once you start to understand, oh, well, then I have to believe that I'm worthy. Identify the beliefs that have to be in place in order for the thing that you want to actually manifest. Number 2, balancing your purpose and your profit. Know what's feeding your soul and know what's feeding your business. You have to have both. So many people start a business because they feel so purposeful about the very thing that they want to do, and yet they burn themselves out. Why? Because it's just that it's not in alignment for you. So the very thing that brought you to this work, your purpose work, is the very thing that you're going to run away from. And so this is the second hurdle that's keeping you from becoming a millionaire. You have to balance both. Not to see why rich people always are giving to charity and they're doing these things that honestly I really feel make their heart rich. And so one of the things that I teach our students is to understand, is there anything in your product suite that you're just going to do it for free just because? For me, that looked like offering free yoga every single Sunday for 3.5 years to my community. That felt good. I didn't need anything from it, and I loved doing it. That was my soul offer. That's what was putting those golden chips into my soul. But then I had offers that are charged, and balancing those two is so important in your business. Number 3, lack of business skills. I don't know who builds a business and doesn't get help. That to me sounds insane. In life and in business, it's always about 2 things. Either you need to learn a new skill or you need to shift your perspective on what you're looking at. If you need to learn a new skill, that means you need to hire a new coach. That means you might need help. Whatever it is, you're going to need to learn how to do a skill. So if you want to become a millionaire, guess what millionaires do? They learn from other people. They create networks. These are the things that are pivotal and vital to anybody that is desiring to create that massive amount of wealth. I once heard somebody say that your network is your net worth. And now I'm like, oh yeah, that is so true. And that's why people keep their circles small. So make sure that you're going out there and then you're learning. 4 years later into business, I'm still in a mastermind. I'm still learning. I'm about to go to a retreat in a few days. Like, these are all things that the more I learn, the more I invest and pour into myself, the more my clients directly receive from that investment. And so make sure that that's something that you always keep as a priority in your business. Or potentially, if you have all of the skills and you've done all the things, then you might need to shift a belief around what it is that you're looking at. And in business, it's either or sometimes you have to do both. Number 4, marketing authenticity. As a retired TV producer, I cannot tell you how important marketing is. It is vital to your business. You cannot escape it. And this is why so many soulful, beautiful entrepreneurs, new earth leaders, people who I really feel have such a potent message to share, that's why they get left in the dust, because y'all don't know how to market yourself because you have weird beliefs around what marketing is. Marketing is brand awareness. It's how you make your audience aware of you and of your work. We need to learn how to market authentically to us. I've been in so many circles. I've learned from so many people. At the end of the day, I take all of their advice with a grain of salt. There's some things that I will apply, and there's other things that I'm like, that does not feel authentic to me. So I have built a true soulful aligned business every step of the way by checking in with myself. Do I want to do that? Does that feel good for me? It's not about do I have to do this. It's what do I get to do? Because I don't got to do anything. You see what I'm saying? And when you operate your business like that, you gain such a level of groundedness, and you wake up every single day wanting to share, which is marketing. But it has to be authentic to you. Don't be doing anything that's gimmicky if it don't feel right. Stay true to who you really are. Number 5, time management in business. This is gonna make or break you. You know why this is so hard? It's because you cannot procrastinate. You have to just go. You have to decide that you're going to do the thing. When it comes to time management, you cannot stall. And I'm not telling you to rush. I'm telling you to make your daily goals feasible. If you have a laundry list of things to do every single day, I'm talking about more than 10 things, who are you kidding? You're not gonna get to those things. That's your ego making that list. I know for me, that is actually not realistic. I'm not gonna get 10 things done. So my rule is 5 things. What are 5 things that I get to do today that are needle moving items? What are my money making moves? What do I know if I do X, Y, and Z that moves the needle in my business? But I am not gonna create a laundry list of 10 things. That's not gonna happen. So stay on task in your business. Number 6, navigating the spiritual community. And it's just navigating any community. Why? Because judgment. Why? Because comparison. Why? Because you want to be friends with this one and you want to do it that way. There's so much. Navigating communities is a real thing. Doesn't matter if you're online. It could be the community that you actually live in your town. I think this is a big part that people don't talk about. But when you enter into a community, sometimes you enter with your wounds. Sometimes you may be killing it in business, but you really desire friendship. And there's so many dynamics to this. Don't get lost in trying to figure out and keeping up with the Joneses. Just try to come back to why is it important for you to do this work? Get back to the heart and the spirit of your business. I always find that brings me back into alignment to myself. If I make a few friends, that's amazing, and I do it, I cultivate those relationships, but at the end of the day, I'm here to share a big message, and that is for the entire world. And if I'm too caught up with Jack, Susie, and Jill and what the hell they're doing or what the hell they're not doing and their judgment on me, whatever that is, I'm getting caught up in the matrix and in thinking that is not going to be helpful for my goals. When I think about it like that, is this helpful to my goals? Does this get me further along? No, it doesn't. So why am I focusing my energy there? My energy is my most valuable asset, and I will not put my energy towards things that are not of value to me, period. Number 7, fear of visibility and rejection. You can learn all the strategies. You can do all of the things. You may have a bomb-ass idea, but if you're afraid of being seen, that may be the downfall of a $1 million idea. You may be sitting on a $1 billion company, but you're probably too afraid to share it because you care too much about what other people think about you. And guess what? What other people think about you, number 1, is none of your business, but number 2, it's only what you think about you. There's a funny story on how I started my business and I didn't post on Facebook for at least 6 months. I had already created 100K revenue on my business, hiding my business on Instagram and building it from scratch, hoping nobody sees. And when I actually look at that, I'm like, whoa, girl, that was so silly of you. You could have, one, actually helped more people. You could have made more money. And what were you believing in that stopped you? And I had to take an honest look at what it was. And I was afraid to be judged by my older colleagues. Why? Because I cared too much about what the hell they thought. Now I'm like, I could care less. And y'all the same people that are come checking for me now and getting into my programs and wanting my help. But at the time, time, I was afraid. And so when I actually started to detangle that belief, I realized that what I was afraid of was their judgment. And really, they were not judging me. They actually didn't even care. Some of them didn't even notice. That was just me judging me. Humans, if you like this YouTube video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Every single week, I'm just giving y'all the goods, okay? Literally, you can watch every single episode for free and just build your soulful, beautiful business. All right, humans, go with peace, go with God. See you soon.